Hello. Guess what time it is? It's been a hot minute since we've had story time. Story time. So this video was inspired by my children who are grown men now and are readers. So let me go get something. Hold on. So, one of my highly recommended top of my list, favorite books ever, The Little Engine That Could. That's what this story is about, persistence. Now, a more grown-up book, Atomic Habits. So, y'all, I don't know why I'm slow sometimes, but when I first read Atomic Habits, I was actually thinking about big atomic energy. That's what my mind was. Habits that give me this big result. I didn't get it, or just it all didn't come together for me until I read the book the second time. Atomic Habits. Oh, an atomic molecule is tiny. It's just so small. I'm like, oh, atomic. Yeah, those tiny little habits. Okay, so let me tell you my story. And so I'm going to do this while I'm making one of my meals. Okay, now the story actually has to do with me cooking for my children. So when my children were in elementary school, Dean Road Elementary in Auburn, Alabama. So their homework every day was they had to read 10 minutes. And they would come home and they would have these little, this is a food scale, but they would have these reading cards, okay? And you had to sign off. Had to sign off every dang day. And so, of course, single parent, that meant 30 minutes after work, I had to be with them kids reading, which was really such a special moment. So, but I know you moms out there going, dang, you just got off work, working all dang day. You got to feed them youngins. You got to clean up the house. You got to bathe them. You got to make sure they got clean clothes. Your house is clean. You got to do the same thing for yourself. How in the world are you going to find time? 30 minutes. You know what I did? So, back then, my apartment, it was so cute, y'all. It was so cute. Oh my God, it was only $450. Oh, fabulous. Good times. But it was real small. It was so precious. And so the stove, okay, was right beside the washing machine. So what I would do is I would cook, okay, and I would take them youngins. Come here, youngin. And I'd plop them up on the washing machine. Put the laundry in, okay? So all of us being agitated. So yeah, I would put the laundry in, I'd plop the kid up on the washing machine, and I'd cook dinner, okay? And they'd read to me. And one of my sons, the youngest one, DOO-VA-HUU, Devin. So the youngest, I'm calling you out, Devin Lane. Okay, so what had happened was, when he started that school year, I think it was second grade, he had the lowest. That's not an exaggeration. It broke my heart. I was such a selfish mom. But I was also a single mom. Now, that didn't give me an excuse, but it was just hard. I was 20-something. I was a baby. I didn't know my butt from a hole in the ground. I was so young, and it was so hard, y'all. And I felt so alone back then. But I had these youngins, and God, I loved them. But anyway, he had the worst. It was like the 1%. It was at the bottom, the 1 percentile of the worst of readers in the school. And standardized tests are just hard for anybody. It doesn't matter how old you are. Now, there's freaks of nature out there. Y'all do well with standardized tests, but again, freaks of nature. Bless your hearts. And so that broke my heart as a parent. And so I was determined, 'cause even then, I was a shark. Even then, I was like, oh, hell no. I wasn't one of those wimpy. I was crazy as hell, but I wasn't one of those wimpy women. I was like, my youngin' ain't gonna be at no bottom 1%. Don't tell us what we can't do. All right, so I'd take his little ass, set him up on that counter, and make him read to me. And Lord God, for some reason, now this wasn't his favorite book. His favorite book was The Foot Book by Dr. Seuss. I don't know why. Maybe he grew up to have a foot fetish. That's between him and God and his woman or whoever. But The Foot Book, that was his book by Dr. Seuss. Lord, he read that over and over. Now, every now and then he'd change it up. He'd get a wild hair up his butt and he'd want to read like, oh, the places you'll go, which is my favorite. But yeah, so I'd cook dinner. I'd cook and he'd read. I'd cook and they'd read. And we did that the whole school year. Every dang day. 5 days a week. Because you had to sign off on the card now. And I actually loved that. Back then, I was like, Jesus, am I doing the homework or the youngins? We all doing homework. But that keeps the parents involved in the education where they should be. Okay. Well, from 2nd grade to 4th grade, somebody by the name of Devin Lane, Dean Road Elementary, Auburn, Alabama, had the highest. Not in the top percentile. No. Go big or go home. Number 1 out of the whole school. From the bottom to the top. In 10 minutes a day. 5 days a week. Atomic Habits. Do with that information what you will.